Hey guys. Spirit wants me to talk about receiving, which is an interesting energy because there's a lot of aspects to it. To receive, we have to be in a certain energy, right? We have to be in a certain frequency. We have to be on the frequency of whatever it is that we want to receive, right? But receiving's tricky in that we don't realize how our unconscious belief systems are holding us back. So maybe like we think we're in this energy of receiving, but really we have some limiting belief system about money. Maybe we grew up where we had a stingy parent or a parent who was always broke or couldn't, or a parent who was paycheck to paycheck but didn't have to be because they just spent everything. They had a spending problem, a shopping problem. Like we all have these like learned behaviors from our programming, from our family, from our environment, from like our literally advertisements and just the influence. Like think about when you were a kid and other kids would come to school with the new trendy toy and we all wanted Pogs or whatever it was. Remember Pogs, guys? I had some cool Simpsons set, like a Simpsons set of Pogs that I just love. But anyways, we had those like trendy toys and we got programmed to believe a certain way about like what would make us feel good in life, right? And a lot of times it would be whatever's trendy, whatever we can buy next, it's going to make us feel good. Maybe like what all the boots that all the girls are wearing now, like whatever it is. I was never like much of that person who gave a shit what other people were doing, right? And I also was never that person. I hated the assignment of who do you look up to? Who is your hero? I don't know if it's because I'm a light worker and I came here to do what I had to do. And so at some innate level, like I didn't feel like I was supposed to be like anyone else. I knew that I was supposed to be like me. Obviously, I still fell in those traps through competition in sports and school and everything else. But deep down, I innately knew like I came here to be me. Like, why would I want to be somebody else? Like, I get it. We admire certain qualities in other people, but we also don't harness in on who we are as individuals, unique individuals. That's why I think the birth chart is so critical. Like, I've dove into mine, but I haven't really taken the time to intricately comb through like what my birth chart means for me, which is like, wow, you better get on it, Kelsey. And then I look at my kids and I want to kind of look and see what that is for them. Like, how can I cater to who they are as individuals based off of this information that I know, right? And wow, what a validating experience it was and still is for me when I learn about certain things and tools in spirituality and how to utilize those in order to heal, discover who I am on a deeper level, and embody who I authentically came here to be. And the more I do that is the more I get into receiving mode. I realize I only have the capacity to do that, to the capacity that I have let go of shit that doesn't serve me. I have looked at my shadow and I have healed. So I've been able to do things in a more expansive way the more that I heal and the more that I surrender and allow spirit to lead me on that path, right? So the receiving mode really is this intricate process of getting to know who you are and letting go of who the heck you aren't, that you've just been programmed to be. And it's not just as simple as feeling good and spiritually bypassing, oh, just be positive, guys, and make a vision board. Like that is not it. That's not receiving energy, just making a vision board. You can put your energy into that vision board and it can maybe come to fruition. But if those other steps aren't taking place where you're recognizing who you are as a person, peeling back the layers, getting rid of the things that aren't in alignment, and then creating that space for new to come in, there's nothing to receive, right? And you really have to embody this energy and belief system that you're worthy to receive it. And a lot of our programming and our wounding tells us we're not worthy. Now, you couldn't have told me I wasn't worthy and I wasn't confident and I didn't care about myself back in the day when I was still rolling in my darkness. I thought I was so confident. I'm hot shit. I can play sports. I'm smart. I work jobs. Everybody validate me. Like, fuck all that. None of that means anything. I thought I was so confident. The reason I was doing all those things was so other people could tell me I was worthy. So that I could get a pat on the back from my coach or the matrix or my teacher or my parents or my pastor or whoever the fuck else. And really, I didn't even know who the heck I was. I was just doing something that everybody thought, yay, she's good at it, so it must be her purpose. Like, most people that were in the shoes that I were in are still coaching sports right now because they still base their validation on sports. Yeah, I've had those opportunities where I could have coached and I said no. Not only because I'm a single mom raising 4 kids and I really don't have the time and I work and everything else, but it was because I let go of that. I had to go through the whole healing process of having my entire validation beyond being a basketball player, a collegiate basketball player, to letting go of that completely because I got pregnant with my oldest son in college. Right? That was one of my first initiations was letting go of this thing that was my coping mechanism through my childhood, teenage years. And into my early 20s. That was a coping mechanism, being an athlete. And everybody on the outside in the exterior is going to tell you, oh, that was because you were doing such a good thing in life. You're achieving all your goals. I didn't even know who the fuck I was. Because this system, the school system, the matrix, all that, they don't tell you how to discover that. They don't know shit about a birth chart. They don't even admit reincarnation exists. And the deeper I get into this, the more I'm like, holy shit. Is our world full of darkness where we can't even admit the true nature of reality? We can't even admit what our world is. Is it flat? Is it round? Nobody cares. Is that going to make an impact on what the fuck we're doing right now? I have my opinions on it. I could share them. But it's not going to help anything because right now we're talking about the fact that we don't even admit that we as spirits reincarnate into this body after living thousands of different lifetimes and accumulating all these different lessons and karma and gifts and all types of shit. And that we're here to expand on a soul level and assist the universe in its expansion. We haven't even got there yet, guys. So that's why it is so challenging to change your belief systems because it is so ingrained and programmed into us. It is so challenging to get real with who you really are because the program's trying to tell you that you're some basketball player and now you should be a coach because you'd be really good at it. Yeah, I am a good leader. I'm a teacher. I'm a great with kids. I'm a good communicator. I would be an amazing coach. But that's not what we need in this world. What we need in this world is more people shining their light in the authentic version of who they are in order to expand into where we need to be. Not training more kids that competing against each other is going to get them to feel validated. Ooh, our sports systems are so toxic. And my boys play, and my kids, all 4 of my kids play sports. But like, I approach it so differently. It's not that sports are a horrible thing, but they are very toxic to most people who get their kids involved. And a lot of the parents vicariously live through their kids. Their kids have so much fucking pressure on them. They cry sometimes if they don't perform well. I sit and watch it. And I used to be that kid who was so fucking anxious because my dad wouldn't get off my ass about playing like how I played or what, and it was like this expectation to be so perfect all the time. And so you can get a scholarship and all this shit and you can achieve all that. I achieved it all, did it all. And guess what? I was still a horribly messed up person internally. And no one even cared to think, Kelsey went through a lot in her childhood and maybe she needs therapy or someone to talk to. No. If you have good grades and you're doing decent at sports and all that, why? There's no problem. You have no problems. People don't recognize that. Your parents don't recognize it. Counselors at school probably don't recognize it. Nobody is getting the support they need. And that's why we came here. We came here so we could step up as light workers and shine our light, saying you don't have to be what the Matrix tells you to be. You can figure out who you actually are and come into this world and make a fucking difference. Not just be part of the hamster wheel competing against each other. How sick is that? That is divide and conquer energy. Competition, divide and conquer energy. You're not encouraging each other to do better. I hate the fucking phony ass masks people wear. Oh, it's all about having fun. Encourage people to do better. Like, Sounds good. Sounds good. But the reality of it is you can feel the energy in all those parents over there. You can feel the energy in these kids. All the programming you could feel come out. Where kids they don't even like their own teammates because they're so competitive that they don't want to be outshined. That's the world that we live in, where only a few people can win. And it's like everybody should be winning because nobody's playbook should even look the same. Nobody's response to this reality should be the same. Nobody's personality, nobody's creations, nobody's job. Nothing should look the same. You want to know why? Because none of us are the same. There is no box to fit in. There is no thing to achieve. There's no destination. The joy is in the journey and discovering who you are and seeing how much you can expand in this lifetime as a unique individual soul who came in here for a damn reason. And 90+% of people won't even discover the reason why they're here or discover the truth about the nature of reality and energy, and that they're the spirit inside the body just borrowing this avatar. Most people won't ever realize that, and they will go reincarnate again and try again in the future. But how blessed are we that we have come into this realization and that we are here during this beautiful choice point, that we are here to anchor in and bring in the new earth and the new timelines. And how do we do that? We get really real with ourselves. We peel back those layers. We get into this space of connection so we're able to receive the downloads, the intuitive hits in order to know what the next step is on this journey. And the next step is not going to look like what the programming wants you to do. The next step is probably going to be releasing the programming so you can make space for something new. You can't receive if there's nowhere to put it. It's like it's like going to pick up a package at the post office, but you rode your motorcycle and the package is bigger than you. What the hell are you going to do with it? There's no space for it. You need to get rid of that old way of doing things and go grab my Suburban or something and throw all that shit in the back because that's going to work for our advantage. I don't even know if that's a good example, but there's no space unless you create it, unless you come into this energetic space of receiving where there is that availability and that belief that you deserve it. If you believe you deserve it, the universe will serve it. I love that phrase because it's the truth. And most people just don't even believe they deserve it, and they don't know they don't know. They don't know they feel unworthy because they've tried to convince themselves through these masks they wear for the universe and everybody else in their fucking lives that they are worthy and they are this person they show up as. But when you become more intuitive, you see through the mask. Some people might be able to bamboozle you for a couple of seconds, but the truth reveals itself very quickly, right? You can be fake and phony, but you can't fake it till you make it with the universe, baby, because it knows your energy and it knows your shadow and it knows how to trigger you and to see and initiate you to see if you're actually going to respond in a way where you feel worthy and you love yourself and you trust your own decision making. I think a lot of people don't even trust their own decision making. If you can't love yourself and trust yourself, you shouldn't be in situations like in relationships or anything else yet. You have to get to that point in your own individual journey where you've spent enough time alone and you've peeled back all the layers and you're just perfectly content with you, with self-sourcing your love. And when you're to that point, and there's not all these distractions and your phone's like mine and it's dry as fuck and nobody really calls you much, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. That means you're making space. There isn't a bunch of people calling and clogging up your energetic line with whatever drama they're going through in their life that they want to tell you about. They need that chance to be alone and work through their own shit. They might not see it that way and accuse you of being non-supportive, but really like people who are truly meant to be in your life, they respect your boundaries. They're honest with you. They trust themselves. They love themselves so they can so they're trustworthy people and they're people who can show up with reciprocity, right? Like those are the kind of people we want in our lives, not people who manipulate us into continuing to make decisions from a lower vibrational space and the programming and all that. Come on, guys. That's not it. We can't receive from that frequency. So if we keep hanging on to things that keep us in those lower frequencies, we won't be able to receive what we desire. And if we keep holding on to belief systems that we don't deserve it. So where can we really pinpoint where the unworthiness came from in our lives or in previous lifetimes? If you need to meditate to connect, to figure that out, you can do that. Ask the universe questions. The answers will come. It might not be right then in that moment. Sometimes it is. But a lot of times it'll be like, you'll ask the question, you put it out in the universe, and all of a sudden it'll come to you. This happens to me all the time, guys. I'm like, oh shit, that's it. That's it. It's the epiphany. And like, the epiphany is where the change happens, guys. You need to have the epiphany so you can have the recognition in order to change. It's beautiful when you really start admitting your own shit, because then you can get serious. Most people don't want to admit their own shit because that means they'd have to let go of all the unhealthy coping mechanisms they use in life in order to get by. And it's like, oh, I don't want to let go because it makes me feel a little bit better. It makes me not feel, right? It makes me numb. But really get real with yourself. What other healthy ways can you learn to cope in life? In order, whenever you get in those emotional spaces, how real can you get with yourself? How loving can you get with yourself? How respectful can you get with yourself, right? When you love yourself, you respect yourself on such a crazy level that you end up being alone because you realize that most people haven't done the work and they don't respect themselves enough to respect you. And you don't deserve disrespectful people in your life because you show up as a respectful, loving person. So you deserve that reciprocity in all areas, financially, emotionally, spiritually, and it will align. You will come into that space of receiving when you've let go of those toxic people, ways, environments. And spirit will bring it in. It's that divine timing, that patience, and that unwavering faith. Unwavering faith and patience. And honestly, the more you raise your frequency, if you haven't noticed, time goes by a hell of a lot faster. Like, even though we're in this human body, so we see linear time, because time doesn't really exist, that linear time speeds up because your frequency is going faster. So that perception of time changes. And if you've been on this, like I've been on this journey for 10 to 15 years, since 2012 was my first the initiation. I was in that group of people who started waking up big time in that time. And yeah, you notice it big time from 2012 to now. I notice it because I've been on this journey of raising my frequency, and holy shit, like one day is like what a month. Like, it's so crazy. I blink and a month passes. It's just wild. And it's like I don't even dread that much working part-time and heading into work because I know the day's going to be done like that. Like, my days just fly by. There's no time to be like, when is work over? I don't even feel that anymore, right? And that's that receiving mode because you're in a higher frequency where you're just in this space of connection and trust and flow. So there's nothing to think about because you know everything's just going to flow into your experience the way it's supposed to be. And it's easier to trust. It's easier to trust. You want to know why? Because you trust you. You trust the universe because you trust you, because you are an aspect of the universe. You love the universe because you love you, because you are an aspect of this universe. You love everything around you because you are an aspect. It doesn't matter if that person hurt you. You still love them on some level, but you set a healthy boundary because you understand how this universe works, and you want to maintain that connection and that trust and that fulfillment from the universe, which came from you in your connection. This deep recognition of it. Deep soul recognition of your connection to spirit and who you are authentically. I love that I get to play with this character, Kelsey, that I chose to be, because I think I chose to be like a cool, unique individual, and I'm excited about it now. I never used to fucking be excited about it before. I was just like, I'm just any old athlete, mom, like whatever. I didn't see myself in a special way. Now, I know I'm special. I know I'm a little silly. I know I'm a little crazy. I know I'm an acquired taste. And I think that everybody that does YouTube is an acquired taste in their own way because they're meant to reach a certain people. They're meant to trigger those epiphanies in certain people. And so are all of us in our own ways. But we can only do that if we're our most authentic version. And I've never been in such a solid place than I am right now. And I'm a single mom with 4 kids. I'm not going to sit here and claim victim of struggle because I'm always provided for. Even if it seems like I don't have a lot, like I feel like I do. And I feel like I'm in flow with abundance on all fronts. It doesn't matter if I'm not in a relationship right now because spirit's going to bring me someone who's on my highest timeline. And I believe that. I don't care if it's not my twin flame. I don't give a shit. Because I know that if I'm in alignment, it's going to be what's of the highest good for me. And it's going to be better than what I could have expected. So I don't need to buy into even the program of twin flames that that's the person I'm supposed to be with. No, it doesn't matter who I'm with if I'm in alignment with love in me and have this balance of the masculine and feminine energies within me. I don't have to be waiting around relying on somebody else to make me feel whole. I feel whole. And just because I came into alignment doesn't mean someone else is. And I accept that. It just means that whatever's meant to be will flow into my life, and whatever isn't will not be there. And I am totally okay with that. I'm actually excited about that because all the bullshit that's not supposed to be there is going to let itself out on its own. I don't have to even worry about it. The trash go take itself out. Not to say that people, situations, environments are trash, but if it's a lower frequency that doesn't serve your highest good, why are we dragging it along so then we're not able to receive something that is? Let them go handle their own business. Let them go handle their own healing. That's not your job. All your job is to shine and connect and receive. That's all you came here to do. And expand. Because when you shine, connect, receive, expand, that's when you follow spirit and you step into your highest timeline. It's really so simple, but it's not easy, but it's simple. And once you get to a certain point, it does become easier. It's easier for me, even when hard things happen. I'm just like, okay, guess that was meant to be. And something better is coming. And I believe it, so I receive it. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end there. I love you so much. And I will see you on the next one.